Hello everyone. Welcome all of you to Cam.top. Today I am starting second part of chapter 3 of class 10th, metals and non-metals. Topic covered in this part are reaction between metals and non-metals, formation of ionic bond and properties of ionic compounds. Now first I am taking reaction between metals and non-metals. We already know what metals are and what non-metals are and what are their properties. Now whenever a metal reacts with non-metal, they form a bond called ionic bond and the compounds so formed are called ionic compounds. Now remember one thing, between two metals the bond present is called metallic bond. Between two non-metals the bond present is called covalent bond. Inert gases do not form bond as their octet is already completed. So and the metals and non-metals have the ionic bond between them. Now, what is the need of chemical bonding? Why metal and non-metal react with each other or two non-metals react with each other to form compounds? So, listen children, each element tend to complete its outermost shell. That is, it need to complete its outermost shell with 8 electron, and in doing so it can transfer the electron, means maybe donation of electron or exception of electron. In this way ionic bond is formed and it may complete its octet by sharing of electrons, and the bond formed by sharing of electrons is called covalent bond. Now in this chapter we will mainly concern about the ionic bond which is formed between metals and non-metals. Now how ionic bond is formed. So the topic is formation of ionic bond. Ionic bond is formed between metal and a non-metal. This is the first thing. Second thing, it is formed by transfer of electrons. Now how transfer of electrons takes place? So ionic bond formation takes place in 3 steps. The first step is formation of cation by metals. Now we already know that metals has 1, 2 or 3 electrons in their outermost shell. So they have tendency to lose electrons and they form cations or positively charged ions. Now I am taking example. Sodium having configuration 281, it is having 1 electron in the outermost shell. It lose this electron and convert into stable configuration, that is 28, and Na plus is formed because it lose 1 electron. So plus 1 charge will be there on the sodium and it is called sodium ion. Now similarly magnesium is having 2 electrons in the outermost shell, so it lose 2 electrons and hence Mg plus 2 is formed, having configuration 28, complete octet configuration. Now aluminium has configuration 283, outermost shell electrons are 3, it lose 3 electrons in order to complete its octet, hence it form Al plus 3 having configuration 28. So in this way cations are formed by metal by losing electron. Now the second is formation of anions by non-metals. Non-metals has 5, 6 or 7 electrons in their outermost shell. So they may gain 3, 2 or 1 electrons respectively. 5 plus 3, 8, 6 plus 2, 8 and 7 plus 1, 8. So they form negatively charged ions or anions. For example, chlorine having configuration 287. Now it is having 7 electron in outermost shell, so it needs 1 electron. So 1 electron it gain and convert into Cl minus, that is 28. Now look here, in chlorine atomic number is 17, so protons are 17 and electrons are also 17. When 1 electron is added, now it forms Cl minus ion in which the electrons are 18 but the protons are still 17. So one negative charge is more, that is why one negative charge is here as ion. So Cl minus is the symbol of the chloride ion. Now oxygen is having atomic number 8 and configuration is 2, 6. It need 2 electron to complete its octet, so it gain 2 electrons and converted into O2 minus having configuration 2, 8. Now nitrogen having atomic number 7, configuration 2, 5. It need to gain 3 electrons in order to complete its octet and it form N minus 3, configuration 2, 8. So in this way anions are formed by non-metal by accepting or by gaining electrons. Now the third step is formation of ionic bond between cation and anion. Now cation and anions are oppositely charged ions, so they attracted by strong electrostatic forces and the ionic bond is formed between them. For example, Na plus Cl minus attach with each other with electrostatic forces and form NaCl, that is sodium chloride. In this way, ionic compound sodium chloride is formed. So now I am taking formation of some ionic compound. First I am starting with sodium chloride. Now in sodium chloride, sodium is the metal and chlorine is the non-metal. So the first step is formation of Na plus by sodium atom. Sodium is a metal and having one electron in the outermost shell. So it readily loses this electron to form monopositive ion, that is Na plus. So Na 281 configuration converted into Na plus by losing one electron having configuration 28. Now the second step is formation of Cl minus ion. Chlorine is a non-metal having 7 electron in the outermost shell, so it gained 1 electron and converted into Cl minus having configuration 288. Now in the third step, Na plus and Cl minus attached together with strong electrostatic forces and NaCl, that is sodium chloride, is formed. Now the next is formation of magnesium chloride. Now first step is formation of cation, that is magnesium plus 2 ion. Magnesium is a metal having 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Now it loses 2 electrons to complete its octet and form at magnesium plus 2 ions, that is having configuration 28. Now formation of anion, that is Cl minus ion. Chlorine is a non-metal having 7 electron in the outermost shell, so it gained 1 electron to convert into Cl minus. Now one thing should be noted here, that magnesium loses 2 electrons and chlorine atom only gain 1 electron. So in order to balance the electron, we take 2 chlorine atom, so they gain 2 electrons to convert into 2 Cl minus. Now formation of MgCl2, 1 magnesium plus 2 and 2 chloride ions bonded together with electrostatic forces and form MgCl2, that is magnesium chloride. Now the next is formation of aluminium chloride. First step is formation of cation, that is Al plus 3. Aluminium has atomic number 13, configuration is 283. In order to achieve stable 2-8 configuration, it need to lose 3 electrons. Hence it is converted into Al plus 3 ion. Now the next step is formation of anion, that is Cl minus. Now chlorine is a non-metal having atomic number 17, configuration is 287. So it need to gain 1 electron in order to complete its octet 288. But here one thing should be noted, that aluminium lose 3 electrons. So in order to balance the electron, we take 3 chlorine atoms, which takes up 3 electrons to convert it into 3 chloride ions. Now the third step is formation of AlCl3. Now in the formation of AlCl3, 1 aluminium ion and 3 Cl minus ion bonded together and form aluminium chloride, that is AlCl3. Next is formation of magnesium oxide. The first step is formation of Mg plus 2 ion. Magnesium is having atomic number 12, configuration is 282. In order to achieve stable 2-8 configuration, it need to lose these 2 electrons. After losing these 2 electrons, it is converted into Mg plus 2. Now the second step is formation of O2 minus. Oxygen is a non-metal having atomic number 8, configuration is 2,6. It gained these 2 electrons, which are lost by Mg plus 2 and converted into O2 minus having stable configuration 2,8. Now the third step is formation of magnesium oxide. 1 Mg plus 2 ion formed in first step reacts with 1 O2 minus ion formed in second step to form magnesium oxide, that is ionic compound. Now I am taking some important ionic compounds and the ions present in them. The first is sodium chloride. Formula is NaCl. It is made up of cation Na plus and anion Cl minus. Next is potassium chloride. Formula is KCl. It is made up of potassium K plus cation and Cl minus anion. Next is magnesium chloride. Formula is MgCl2. Cation present is MgCl2 and anion present is Cl minus. Now the next is calcium chloride. Formula is CaCl2. Cation is Ca2 plus and anion is Cl minus. Next is aluminium chloride. Formula is AlCl3. Cation is Al plus 3 and 3 chloride ions are present. Now next is sodium oxide. Formula is Na2O. 2 sodium ions are present and 1 O2 minus ion is present, that is oxide ion is present. Next is magnesium oxide. Formula is MgO. 1 Mg plus 2 ion is present and 1 O2 minus ion is present. Next is calcium oxide. CaO is the formula. Calcium plus 2 is the cation present and O2 minus is the anion present. Next is aluminium oxide. Formula is Al2O3. 2 Al plus 3 ions are present and 3 O2 minus ions are present. Next is sodium hydroxide. Formula is NaOH. one Na plus ion is present and one OH minus, that is hydroxide ion, is present. Now the next is properties of ionic compounds. Now we know that ionic compounds are formed by transfer of electron, and the bond formed is electrostatic bond. Hence this bond is very strong, and due to these strong bonding their properties are quite different. Now the first property I am taking is physical state. Now ionic compounds are mostly solid and hard because of strong electrostatic forces of attraction between ions. Now on one more thing, that they are brittle in nature. Now why they are brittle in nature? Because in ionic compound, ions are arranged in like this way, like positive negative, and so on. So there is strong electrostatic attraction between the oppositely charged ions. When we hammer it, then the layers slide over each other, and due to which the same ions comes closer to each other and repulsion takes place between them, and due to these repulsion they split from each other, that is they are brittle. Now the next property of ionic compound is melting and boiling point. Now ionic compounds have strong electrostatic attraction between them. So to break these attractions, considerable amount of energy is required. Hence they are having high melting point and boiling point. Now the next property is solubility. The principle of solubility is like dissolves like, means ionic compounds which have positive and negative ions are soluble in polar solvents like water, and the covalent compounds are soluble in non-polar solvents like alcohol, ether, benzene, etc. Now the next property is conduction of electricity. Now the ionic compounds are good conductor of electricity in molten state and in aqueous solution, because ions are free to move in these two states, but they are bad conductor of electricity in solid state because ions are not free to move. Thank you. Hope you like the video. If you really feel it useful, then please hit the like button and subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos. Also check the description box for the part 1 of this chapter. Thank you.